and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all. It's your buddy Big Johnny G, the Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. Wednesday, my friends. Good to see you here. Well, you know I don't really see you, right? Just making sure we're on the same page here. But seriously, how's everyone doing? Whatever day of the week that is that you're watching this on. But we do a video every day of the week, and Wednesdays we get to do an unboxing. I love seeing, feeling, experiencing something new like that. Yes, new items coming in. So how about we just get right down to it, right? Enough of this BS between us. You already have an idea of what it may be. I don't know why, but you might have a hint. So why don't you join me down the table, my friends, and we're gonna find out what. So why don't you join me down the table, my friends, as we find out what's still got it. Find out what's in the Pixie's box. Come on, I'll see you down there. Marvel Champions, the card game. Here's the Nova Hero Pack. At the time of filming this is one of the two newest heroes that are out. And we're going to take a look at it. What do you think there, Foo? This is a cosmic level hero. He's used to dealing with threats like your cousin Ming the Merciless. Or you think maybe that you are ready to take down Nova? All right. Awfully confident, aren't you? Well, yeah, of course you are. You're Fu Manchu. Alright, Fu, let me get that blade that's on your mind here. You're always thinking of blades and knives. Let me I can hear it. I'm clutching it. I can feel it. Yeah, I heard it that time, Fu. You kind of lost interest there, did you? Alright, I'll choose my words a little bit more carefully next time. So why don't we move you to a safe location? The incomparable and marvelous Fu Manchu, everyone. Alright, this is just a little clip here, and then we're going to see the deck and get a chance to go through this hero's deck. The 60 cards that comprise this cosmic hero. And if this is your first time with the hero deck, please remember that in the flap here, you're going to find your little information sheet. The backside is a cool little poster, and opposite side of that is information that you're going to need to know about your character, your Nova. All right, so let's get this out of the way now. All right. There we go. So please, when you're using a knife, everyone, always remember that it's dangerous. You want to be careful, so always cut away from yourself. All right, look at this, falling all over the place. Okay, so here we go with the Nova deck here. So here we have his card. This is the hero side. He has 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 defense. He's titled the champion. And in response, that after you use one of Nova's basic powers, one of these we just discussed, we get to ready the Supernova helmet. Sam Alexander. This is his alter ego side as a civilian. He can recover 3 points, and his alter ego action is spend 1 resource of any type. Search your deck and discard pile for a Supernova helmet. Add it to your hand. Put it into play instead if you paid for this ability using a wild resource. Now we see the hand size is 6 and hit points are 10. And if you notice on this side, the hand size is 5. That does happen most of the time. There's a difference. So there is Sam. So as an ally, he has Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan. 1 thwart, 1 attack. Both will give her a damage. And she's listed here with 3 health. Champion and Inhuman. Hero response. After you play an event, exhaust Miss Marvel and deal 1 damage to her, and then return that event to your hand. Force Field Projection, a 1-point event. It's a superpower. It's a hero interrupt. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent 3 of that damage. If you paid for this card using a wild resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Well, that's pretty nice. There's 2 of them. Light Speed Flight. We have 3 of those cards. They're a 2-point event. Superpower. Thwart. Double the number of wild resources generated while paying for this card. There's a hero action of thwart and remove 3 threat from a scheme. We have Pot Shot. We have 3 of them. They're a 2-point event. Attack and superpower. And double the number of wild resources generated while paying for this card. Hero action attack. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. A lot of wild resources. Unleash Nova Force. This is a superpower, 1-point event. Max 1 per round. Hero action until the end of the round. Each time Nova defeats an enemy or removes the last threat from a scheme, ready Nova and draw 1 card. Okay, so here we have a resource. Now this is Connection to World Mind. Connection to the World Mind does not count towards your hand size. This is worth a wild resource. And 1, 2 of those. We have 1 card for Jesse Alexander. Alter Ego. We have 1 for Jesse Alexander. 2-point support. Persona. Alter Ego action. Exhaust Jesse Alexander. And shuffle 1 copy of Connection to the World Mind from your discard pile into your deck. And then draw 1 card. And here it is, the Supernova helmet. It's a 1-point upgrade. It's armor. Nova gains the aerial trait. Hero resource. Exhaust Supernova's helmet to generate a wild resource. So now he comes pre-made with an aggression deck. So let's take a look at some of the new cards that are unique to him for his aggression. Right here we have an ally, the Locust. And this is a 1-point thwart, 1-point attack with 2 hit points. If thwart is used, 2 damage will be taken. And if an attack is done, 1 damage will be taken in response. This 2-point ally is considered a champion. Play only if your identity has the champion trait. Hero response. After the Locust enters play, add 1 aggression red event card from your discard pile to your hand. Chase him down, we've seen before. 0-point event, thwart. So response, thwart. After your hero attacks and defeats an enemy, remove 2 threat from the scheme. There's 2 of those. We have 3 cards for pitch back. 1-point event, aerial attack. Play only if your identity has the aerial trait. Hero response attack. After your hero attacks, deal 4 damage to an enemy. After your hero attacks, deal 4. That's very cool. We have 3 cards for no quarter. 2-point event. It's an attack, and it requires a physical. It requires a punch attack. The hero attack action. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. For each point of excess damage dealt to that enemy by this attack, discard the top card of your deck and add each aggression red card discarded this way to your hand. No quarter indeed. 1 by 1. Now 3 cards for that. It's a 1-point event, an attack, hero action. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If this attack defeats that enemy, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Like overflow there. Power of aggression, max 2 per deck. Double the number of resources this card generates while paying for an aggression card, a red card. And there's 2 of those. It's a 1-point upgrade, fluid motion. So this is a skill, hero response. After you play an attack event, exhaust this card, and your hero gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. Max 1 per attack event. And there's 3 of those. We have Honed Technique. 3 of these cards. It's a 3-point upgrade skill, and it requires 2 energy, max 1 per player. Interrupt when you play an aggression attack event. If you paid for that event using energy resources, increase the amount of damage that event deals by its printed cost. Oh, that's cool. We have an ally, 3-point ally, Moon Girl. 3 hit points. 2 thwart and 2 attack, but both of them will deal Moon Girl 2 damage back. Champion and Genius. Play only if your identity has the Champion or Genius trait. Response: after you play Moon Girl from your hand, draw 1 card for each energy resource used to pay for her. We got some basics. We got 3 cards here for Everyday Hero. It's a resource. While your identity has the Civilian trait, this card can be spent for any player and gains the text response. After you spend this card for a player, heal 1 damage to that player's identity. Oh, Champion's Mobile Bunker. 2-point support. It's a vehicle. Champion. Hero action. Exhaust Champion's Mobile Bunker and choose an identity with the Champion trait. The player who controls that identity may draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards from their hand. We have 1 card here for Weight. Oh, this is the obligation. Weight of the World. Give to the Sam Alexander player. While this card is in play, Supernova's helmet cannot ready. Alter Ego action. Exhaust Sam Alexander and remove this obligation from the game. And so we have, yes, the Nemesis. Warbringer. Bring the War. Side scheme. When revealed, each player discards 1 card that they control with a printed wild resource. For each card discarded this way, place 1 threat here. And Warbringer, 5 hit points, 1 scheme, 3 attack with a forced interrupt. He is a brute and a Chitauri. His forced interrupt reads that when Warbringer attacks you, he gets +1 attack for that attack for each card with a printed wild resource in your hand. That attack gains Overkill, Nova's Nemesis minion. He has 2 cards for War Delivery, which is a treachery card. When revealed, you may spend a wild resource. If you do not, the villain and Warbringer each attack you, even if you are in alter ego form. Comes out as a boost. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each card with a printed wild resource in your hand. And then the War's Been Brought. There's a treachery card. Automatically has Surge. When revealed, discard X cards from the top of the encounter deck, where X is equal to the total number of printed wild resources on cards in your hand, cards under your control, and cards in your discard pile. So that's it for the pre-made deck. And here is the list. If you need to know it again. Here goes some everyday cards that can be thrown in. Some justice cards here. Yaw and Roll, 1 point event. Aerial and Thwart. Play only if your identity has the aerial trait. Hero response. Thwart. After your hero thwarts, remove 3 threat from your scheme. There's 3 of those. And there are 3 cards for height advantage. This is a 1 point upgrade. Aerial and Tactic reads, while your identity has the aerial trait, reduce the amount of damage you take from each enemy attack by 1. Forced interrupt. When your turn begins, discard this card. And then finally, we have a side scheme of Armored Assault. Armadillo is barreling through the city, steamrolling everything in his path. Each enemy with a tough status card gets +3 attack. Armadillo! 1 scheme, 2 attack, 8 hit points. Brute and Elite. Comes into the game with toughness. Armadillo can have any number of status cards, tough status cards. Force response. After Armadillo activates against you, give him a tough status card. So he starts with 1, and he activates against you, he gets another 1. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Rollin' and Rollin'. Condition. Attached to Armadillo. If Armadillo is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Armadillo. Put him into play engaged with you and attach this card to him. Shuffle. While Armadillo has a tough status card, the character cannot defend against his attacks. It's giving him a +2 to his attacks. Tough and Tumble. Treachery card. When revealed, if you're in alter ego form, each enemy with a tough status card schemes. If no enemy activated this way, this card will gain a surge. Now, if it is revealed when you are in hero form, then each enemy with a tough status card attacks you. If no enemy activated this way, this card gains surge. And then we have the last 2, Tough It Out. Treachery card, when revealed, give Armadillo and the villain each a tough status card. If 1 or fewer tough status cards were given this way, this card gains surge. So there you go. There is all the cards, everything that you will expect to find in your deck of Nova the Hero Pack for Marvel Champions, the card game. For Fu Manchu, I'm your buddy Big John at G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming and I.